We're live.
Hello.
1 year hiatus.
I was going to
Has
say.
it been a year?
Well, we started this a year ago, and then
It's been like 6 months.
yeah,
Maybe
I think
7?
it's 7, 8. Yeah.
Joseph had baby mama drama, so.
Yeah. Don't even try that shit.
He got kids.
He got kids
I got
for like 8 months.
7 different baby mamas.
LD got 6 kids. I learned yesterday.
Oh,
6
yeah.
kids.
They all sleep right now. Do you know how much work 6 kids is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to know.
You don't.
I don't want to know.
Oh, no. Like, I always took for granted, like, my aunts and uncles when you know how you just roll up in your aunt's house, like
Yeah.
you and 5 of your cousins, and shit's the best time ever.
Yeah.
And now we're in their situation. You're like, this is the worst shit ever.
That's why I don't allow kids at my house.
Never thought of it from their perspective.
Yeah, never thought from a first.
The whole key. Well, I took care of all my sisters, so my key was like, I ain't never letting this happen to me again. Y'all keep your kids. I hate you. I hate my family. Never show up. Never
It's the
come
most
around.
trivial
I hate
shit.
my life.
He got the strawberry popsicle. I went into like,
And then you just take it all away, and they stop that. I'm telling you, you got to have prison rules. And
You're fighting over this one
all of
popsicle.
that. Straight up, you're like, all right, go downstairs and handle it.
Nobody want the blue flavor.
Not anymore. It's over.
I would have chopped that red popsicle in 6 segments.
Like
Here you
Solomon.
go.
Jared's like, oh, yeah,
Rations.
y'all all want it. You gonna get it.
Times
One
are
lick
tough.
each.
How much does popsicle cost?
Have you ever heard that? King Solomon, a baby. They had 2 women came in and said, that's my child. And the other woman's like, no, that's my child. So he was like, all right, well, bring me a sword. I'm going to cut this baby in half.
Oh,
and
shit.
give half to each of you.
Yeah.
And the real mother said, no, don't do that. I'd rather the baby live and you give it to her. And that's how he figured out it was a real mom. That's what you should have did to the kid.
Every divorce
cut them
settlement
in
should
half.
go that way. I'm taking the kid. Get the sword.
Yeah, get the sword out. Yeah.
Long as she did. Oh, I told you about that dude with the alimony.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent
Oh,
us a text.
I know.
$1,700 a month?
Yeah,
A
that's
week. Did you
insane.
say
A
that?
week.
A week.
Yeah.
It was a week.
That's
Well,
fucking insane.
I'm used to hearing those
It's
numbers.
85,000.
Oh, yeah,
that-
because the guys at your place
the
make a lot of money.
The divorce rate is high in the industry, and night shifts just kill relationships.
You know why it is?
Partly the woman.
Besides
the woman.
Besides just gynocentric hypergamy, whatever bullcrap. It's they get to 20 years, they see what's about to come down the pipe, and that's he's gonna be home all the time. She don't want to deal with that. And then she knows he's got 25 years of 401k.
accumulation.
Right. And she's like, I'm about to go
the
live
estate
my
plan.
real life. Exactly.
You got the estate
That's
plan.
literally what
Bitches
it
out
is.
there like Joseph on a new job calculating
Like,
this
you
shit.
gotta
running
calculate
numbers.
OT.
She got
You
the-
have to-
she got the
you got
poker
the visor.
visor.
Yep. You have to do it. You think it's not? Think about it. Think about when it happens.
She got AI
Idiot.
calculating.
If it's not happening at 5 or 7 years, it's happening at 15 to 20. And they're like, give me your money.
There's a 33.3% probability.
You know
I
it's
could
bad.
compete and be a
Of course.
millionaire.
If they're asking for your 401k statements,
'Change the passwords to your-
$88,400. $88,400.
That's
For
a
doing-
that's
hey,
a good salary.
you know what's messed up? He lives in his mom's attic now.
He has no choice.
really?
He's 58 years old, bro. Lives in his mom's attic.
So go back
and get not
30
only
years.
this, she drops the kids off in the morning at his house.
I wish stuff.
They
yeah, 'cause
stay
he has
there
to-
the whole day with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they eating the food. I'm. Where's the money I'm paying for their food? They coming into my house
Exactly.
eating my food. I'm like,
So
bro,
he-
tell your parents not to give them food. They won't do that. I'm like, you don't know my petty level.
You don't know. Again,
I have her
would
send
hate-
my money back.
I would hate my family enough
Yeah.
to say, I don't. Those kids can't come here.
Joseph petty level.
I'm not playing.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't pay $1,700 a week for them to eat the food that
Bring your
someone else
lunchbox,
brings.
right?
Like she's packing a picnic
Yeah.
every day. I'm not. Are you kidding? $1,700?
And a third of the utility bills.
Yeah, right. That's
I'm doing- I'm
That's
doing-
just insult to injury.
Hell yeah, I'm doing the whole count.
How many
I'm like,
kids
they're
is
here
it?
for 6 hours. It's like 3 kids. I'm like, they're here for 6 hours. All right, okay. Calculate the fucking water. How much? We're
Right.
taking baths? All right, we're taking baths. I'm doing. That's the kind of shit.
If not,
I'll be
I'm.
on.
And if not,
Collecting rainwater.
and I bet she gets to claim them on her taxes.
Yeah, she does.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because
I'd have itemized slips.
Yeah.
They've been here for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Your Honor, come on. What's that?
I'd be a pest in court.
You have
They'd
to-
hear from me.
If
Get
if
the
they're
best lawyer I
there
can
5
afford.
days, if they're there 5 days a week because at his his expenses are, he should be able to expense that. He should be able to go to the
You know what the court
judge and
said?
say, hey, listen.
He had that same argument. And guess what the judge told him? The judge said, if that was your house, she would give you some of that money and it wouldn't be as much. But because it's in your parents' name and you don't own a house, we can't give you.
Why don't I own a house, Your Honor?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, you took it from me, dumbass.
I paid for the house and I no longer own the house. This is not, the court did that to me. The state did that to me. I didn't want that to happen to me. I don't want to have to pay $88,400 a year. Child support.
I just said, tell your parents to just put it in your name.
How many times has that dude been married?
That was his
Just
one
his
and done.
first?
He ain't
Yeah.
stupid. He's like, I ain't.
Nah,
That's
he
another
gotta
thing
get
I see a lot is
Yeah.
2, 3 marriages.
Oh, they doubling up.
People get back.
Yeah.
There's a dude at work. He's been married 3 times,
Nah,
and
bruh.
he paid alimony to both of them. They both died.
Yo, he's
Not
lucky.
at the same
my
time.
man.
Is he lucky or did he?
Oh, is he running? She's running.
One of them commit suicide.
Did I
Jeffrey
hear the
Epstein?
quote?
Mental warfare.
Did I hear the quote?
You get him all the time.
What's his name?
He's like, I don't pay any alimony. He's like, yeah, I know
Yeah,
you don't.
man. Yeah.
He's like, any bitch get
Pay
with
into
me?
a corpse.
No
You
alimony.
gonna learn today.
Damn it.
Yeah, I forgot how one of them died, but the other one was suicide.
Yeah.
One of them was I think
Crackheads
was
that do
drugs.
anything for $50.
Got one addicted to drugs.
Listen,
Off the-
I was just about to say it.
allegedly.
Heroin is a hell of a drug. You just pop someone just one time.
He's like, yo,
Done.
before we leave, this is the last night we're gonna be together. Let's do some heroin,
Let's
Let's go out with a bang.
Let's really live.
He
Let's really live.
got sugar water in his.
Wait a minute. Hey, turn me up a little bit. Turn me up a little bit.
Which
I don't know
one?
if I'm one, yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you good.
Okay. Maybe it's just
That's
me not
fine.
hearing.
I turned up your headphone output too.
Can I be getting your fucking spouse
Dude,
addicted
okay.
to fucking drugs?
Well, I told you that story? Well, I read it. The lady, it was a girl who said she made it hard for men to break up with her because she'd hit him with a nicotine patch at night. So when they break up, they'd have withdrawals. We're like, I really miss her.
Why do
I
I,
don't know
feel?
why.
Why do I feel this heartbreak? Yeah.
His heartbreak's hitting me
This is
physically.
like gotta be
Killing
heartbreak.
me. Like he's shaking and shit. That was some good.
And the
pussy.
second he comes back, oh, that's genius.
Yeah, and
That
then
is-
that's
she's
evil, but
like,
that's genius.
Every time he goes to sleep,
Yeah, hit him.
Baby,
Yeah.
come back.
I love
I
you.
feel better.
I need you.
There's some evil people out there.
I'm sick without you.
Hijacking the dopamine response.
That's crazy.
Damn it.
Well, that's what they do.
All right.
That's life.
They do.
We
That's our cold.
what are we
open?
thinking about this whole
Nothing.
Brawny situation?
Oh, I'm glad we're talking about that.
we
dumb
gotta
shit.
talk about this because even my son was like, "No,
Nepotism.
he's trash."
He is trash.
Now
Yeah.
I gotta say this: his IQ is good enough for the league.
Basketball
He's-
IQ or-
Yeah, basketball,
okay.
basketball IQ. He's really like you watch him play. He's really good on the court. He can make the passes.
He was
He's a really
not
good
worth
shooter,
A second round,
but he's not
pick.
worth the second round.
He
Yeah,
could have gone in the 4th or 5th, but not second round.
probably G League, maybe in the G League for a little bit.
You think LeBron's letting that happen? This is the
Well,
problem.
but that's-
with
Yeah,
happening.
exactly.
That's the problem.
And LeBron is also making $50 million. You don't have to pay him because he could just live at home with dad.
LeBron said, I'll take a pay cut if we can get another star in here and make a run.
I would
2
never.
days later, he signed a max contract. So
That dude's a bum.
he just wants to
he
look good.
he does
He's a
nothing to help the
bum.
team win.
He's a bum.
I don't think he's looking to win.
I'm gonna say it because Jordan took pay cuts. He said, "I'll do it for $1 million.
Yeah.
I just want to win." Boom. Say something else to me about LeBron. He's great? He's not. He doesn't have great tendencies. So you're not a great person.
I'm all about guys getting their money, but he's a billionaire. He's had, 3 max
and he's
contracts
at
now?
the end of his freaking.
Don't
run.
you just want to win another one?
I think LeBron's had 5 max contracts.
Yeah, he's had, because he
He
keeps
keeps signing these
Shit, it
1-2
took-
year
he
deals.
declines his
Yeah.
4th year option,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and he resigns.
He keeps
I
resigning.
would never. I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't pay him.
Now,
You would
No,
have to.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No, I
the Lakers have nobody else. and
Well, the Lakers
fills,
have to.
He fills the stadium every time. Like they have no stars without him. AD's not filling up the seats.
he helps, but no, he's not.
Nah,
he's
he's
not the
not.
main.
He's-
He's not a main draw.
LeBron's still like a top.
The Lakers
20.
When
fans-
Davis is healthy, he's
The
he's a
Lakers
beast.
fans don't like LeBron anymore.
I always thought that was.
Nah, they like him. They fucking put murals up and shit.
He
like
changed. You know what was sad? He changed his number to 24 when he joined the Lakers. That's just kind
He's
of
garbage.
That's kind of weird. That's
Listen,
just.
he's a
You're not honoring
if you
Kobe.
if you played him on the basketball court outside, you'd be like, man, I hate this dude. You would. Tell me you wouldn't.
I don't know.
You would hate you're like, look at what is he doing?
I
He's nah.
I don't like old LeBron. He shoots a lot of threes.
He's bad.
Yeah, but
He's bad for business.
prime LeBron, that's a different fucking story. That dude was
And you got to give him props too. He's 39
No, I
and
don't.
he's still performing at a
better
very high
than
level.
anyone has ever done.
No kidding.
yeah.
No kidding. He could load. If I could rest 2/3 of the
that's exactly
season,
what Charles Barkley said.
I
Oh,
sit
is he
down
getting a
for-
lot of load?
All he does is load manage.
He played 90% of games last
No, he
year.
played.
I saw that stat.
He played. The Lakers don't load manage him, but he doesn't play the 38 minutes a game. He'll play. Like
Yeah,
32,
they cut his
which
minutes.
is smart because when
yeah.
I played a men's league.
Yeah,
I played a men's
yeah.
league at 36, and I was like, holy shit, I need a break right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's
He's smart,
conditioned.
but that's all he does. You have another job and
Oh yeah.
So
That's
stop
true.
that.
That's a good point.
That's a good
Come
point.
on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No,
I played in a men's league, and then you built your whole basement
Yeah,
by yourself,
coming out here
man.
doing
Come on,
shit.
and
bro.
work 40 hours.
And coach basketball.
Yeah.
And
Come
raise
on, bro.
two
Get
kids.
that shit out of
That's
here.
why I had to leave. I had too much shit going on.
That dude
I'm
has
trying
a
to
whole
fucking-
house where he just has nothing but steroids and injections and blood
Personal
transfusions
trainers,
personal
He-
trainers and
yeah.
all, come on, bro.
He has therapeutics and
That's what I'm
stuff he
saying.
does that's not even
Right.
No,
I
you
spent
don't
$1
even
million
know. It's not even in
on
the
my-
streets.
on my body.
Didn't even hit the streets yet.
Right.
baby
What is
stem
it?
cells.
Just chambers. Not
Hyperbolic chamber?
whatever. the hell it's
Hyperbaric
called.
chamber.
Yeah.
Hyperbaric chamber. Yeah, he's got all that stuff. So
Meanwhile, Jordan's fucking drinking wine and cigars
playing
and
18
doing all
holes
that. Yeah.
and playing why he's got freaking the fever, the flu game where he scored
There
48 or
was
55.
a dude challenged him to 18
3
holes
rounds
of golf.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he went out the next day.
He
and
went
won.
out there and told him he'll drop 40, and they'll
And that
win
guy
by
said no.
20. And the guy said no, and bet all the money that he beat Jordan
And
in
he
the
said, "You
golf
should-"
club. Jordan
And I
dropped
took that
48,
personally.
and then they won by 24.
Right.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. And I took that personally.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Dude's a degenerate gambler too.
Yeah, he is.
That's all he does.
He bought a ping pong table to practice a week to play some reporter who challenged him to
I
ping
love
Yeah.
it. Listen, that's
That's why he plays
not,
golf so he can bet.
That's not degeneracy. That's drive.
But that's what I
Yeah, he
that
needs,
is-
I would-
I
he needs
want
that
dudes
drug.
like that. Yeah.
He's missing that
I-
drug from his playing
So
days.
Yeah.
okay, now
I miss
back
it
to
all
what
the time.
s-
That's why I play Street Fighter. I'm
back
like,
to what I
need-
said before. If you saw Jordan play on the
that's-
outside, you'd be like, hell yeah, that
that's
dude.
a-
I need him on my team. That
I
dude's
hate
out
his
of
fucking
control.
guts, but my God, Jordan's
But-
unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. But
Jesus.
you'd pick him up. You'd be like, yo,
'cause
that
he
dude's
beat-
flopping. What is he doing calling
Yeah.
this whack ass foul? Why are you traveling so
I've n-
much?
I've never
what
been
are
the
you
one
wearing?
to,
and then you'd be like, Jordan, dunk on him.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
get it.
If you watch Jordan and you watch LeBron, like LeBron can do a lot, but there's like
He can't do everything. That's
no, but there's like okay, so you see this dude, you're like, oh my God, he can do everything. Then
It
you
is-
watch Jordan, you go, there's a fucking unicorn floating.
That's not-
shit.
that's
It's not even real.
Jordan.
you know what I'm saying?
I watch
It's
Jordan
like God,
play, and
like-
I just say that's not fair.
yeah, like,
That shit's
you,
not
like,
fair,
man.
Like watching back in
I
the day,
want that.
We just sit there. There's like 8 of us just like this, like
Every day.
just.
every
I watch LeBron like
game.
this. I'm just.
Yeah.
You watch me like, oh yeah, he's good, but
Yeah.
Jordan is like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. like,
You're right. Unicorn.
yeah,
it
it's
was-
like,
it was nuts.
It's nuts.
It really. And then I watched it as it was happening when Jordan had a freaking cartoon
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
great one in Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
They had a video game.
Are you kidding?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
No, Windy City.
Windy City, and he
It was
throw the
bad.
ice one in the fire. I had
It's
it,
very
bro.
bad.
It was bad, but
Yeah.
I bought it because my brother loved Jordan.
It's money.
It is money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, there's nothing that compares to.
See, the thing with those players, I've seen a ton of highlights. I've watched the tail end of his career, but I didn't see him through his whole ascension.
gotta watch.
I was
Like,
too young. No,
literally-
I've watched stuff on YouTube, but
Yeah.
you can only
Yeah.
absorb it so well. LeBron, I've watched since the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So all I know about LeBron is in his prime, he was just dominant.
yeah.
That's like you said, he was dominant.
dominant. Just like prime LeBron. Like they're definitely probably the top 3 best players to ever play. Jordan's probably number 1, but LeBron.
I don't even have him in. I don't have him top 5.
LeBron.
Really?
I would.
Yeah.
You stopped watching basketball for a while.
No, I
Joseph.
watched.
So
I watched prime LeBron though.
I watched LeBron from
I had to
high
because I
school
watched
till now. I
Jason
watched
Terry tear his ass up.
I'll never forget that.
I watched Jordan from '93 till he retired. So I watched Jordan when he
Yeah.
first won. I mean,
Yep.
his second championship
Yep,
till he retired.
that was super prime Jordan.
They don't compare.
Frightening.
Anybody in between is not close to LeBron.
You guys slander
I
Kobe
know.
so often. It's
Even
so
Kobe,
bad.
like, because
It's such a bad.
We watched a lot of Kobe just because Lip loved Kobe. So we
Kobe
always had to
is
tune into Kobe games.
he's-
I actually like Kobe's game better than I like LeBron's game because it mirrors Jordan a little bit more.
Kobe had that drive, that
and he had
MJ
that
drive.
But LeBron is a better player than Kobe. He is.
No.
He just is.
No, he's more physically gifted. He's not a better player.
He's a better player. He's smarter than Kobe. He rebounds better. He
Joseph.
passes better. He even scores more
Yes, I
efficiently
would take
than
him.
Kobe.
What's your main critiques of LeBron? Like, what's your? If
I
you had
told
to
him
rank,
before. I told him before. He plays like a bull in a China store. He does not have. People say he has good footwork. I was like, you can't have that good footwork if you can't dunk from the free throw line without traveling. It's
I noticed
insane.
that. He just uses his size
not
and his weight
good.
to blow through people.
Yeah, but
He has the most turnovers by 5,000 or 4,000 in the league, but everyone says he's a great passer.
he's a top 3 passer ever.
When your
And probably
passers
number
turn
1 in IQ.
it's not. He's not number one IQ.
He is number 1 in IQ.
not number one IQ.
I think him,
number one IQ.
Jason Kidd,
What's his name? Passes way. Bird
John
passed way better than
Stockens.
him.
He was a great passer.
Way better. Because they had to rely on twos anyway. Way better.
LeBron is. There's no way
Way
Bird's
better.
a better passer.
Bird was better passer.
I think Bird and LeBron compare. Like if Bird was athletic, it'd be really close.
No, it wouldn't be. If Bird was athletic, it wouldn't be close.
Holy shit, Bird would be.
We would be talking about him
because
instead of Jordan.
I still would think LeBron's a better passer because I think LeBron's smarter. But
I don't think he's smarter.
I think so. Yeah, Bird. I love Bird. Bird's
Bird's a better shooter. Bird's a better passer.
Bird's a better shooter. But the reason why LeBron and I why do I got to be the fucking guy who likes LeBron in this conversation? I fucking don't like LeBron.
He's bad.
But LeBron.
You can talk about him as a player, just not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm without
Objective, be
being biased,
objective.
right? LeBron has had the ball in his hands the most out of anybody in NBA history. So obviously he's gonna have the most turnovers, right?
So give up the ball.
He does. That's the thing. He's the only player that has the amount of points, assists, and rebounds in the categories that he has because he does everything well. Luka reminds me a little bit about him. They're very ball dominant.
Don't get me started with
when
him.
LeBron went off ball, when he went off ball with the Miami, they did really well. But
So doesn't
they
that,
did well, but they don't do as good as when
doesn't
he
that
has
make
the
you
ball.
lesser player than someone who can play without the ball?
No, he did. They won a championship with him off ball, but they won way more games and won more championships when he's with the ball. He just makes so the thing with LeBron is if you have shooters, he can get to the hole whatever, and he's the highest IQ guy. So they build a team where shooters in the corners, pick and roll with LeBron, gets to the hoop, finds these guys and makes shit happen. That's what LeBron does, right? Where Jordan, they ran that triangle and more people involved. Jordan gets it in the wing and scores, and if he doesn't, then he passes off. They kind of run almost the same shit, except Jordan gets it in the high post, LeBron gets it at the top of the key. Jordan's a better scorer. LeBron makes better passes. Bird's a better shooter, but LeBron beats him in every other category. That's why the comparison with Bird and LeBron is the closest comparison in NBA, right? Those two are because they're both tall, 6'9", right? Both can score at a high clip and both pass really well. LeBron's a little bit athletic and grabs a little bit more boards. They're close. Bird is, in my opinion, Bird's probably the third best player ever, but most people doesn't even think he's top 5.
It's dumb. They're dumb people.
I think Bird, if you watch Bird's fucking, he didn't even shoot 20 a game. He shot about 17 to 16
You're
shots
making my
a
point.
game.
You're making
He was
my point.
he's efficient. He reminds me of KD's like that. KD doesn't shoot 20. If he did, the 1 year he did, he averaged 38. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just crazy. So they're super efficient. But watching both of them, LeBron's a better player.
You're just gonna click on the freaking floor.
He's on the podcast.
You know what I mean? That's just my opinion from watching all that shit. But you guys probably have different views of it. And I for one hate Jordan and LeBron. So fuck them both.
I don't,
Why do you hate Jordan?
because he was in the way of everybody.
He was in the way of beating all the teams.
all
my
players do.
I loved in my childhood,
straight
bro.
up.
Like
he hates Jordan for the same reason he loves Brady.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
That's the
saying?
bias aspect.
if Jordan was in the Celtics, oh my god, I'd
Right.
never stop fucking.
I think I
Just
can.
slurp.
just slurping,
Never
double
stop.
twisty, just everything.
I think I can compartmentalize fandom and being objective. When LeBron, I hate LeBron now because when he went through his intellectual stage where he thought he was a scholar or
Oh,
whatever.
when he had the Malcolm X books and
He had
shit.
the Malcolm X book, and then a reporter asked, "Oh, what do you think of the book? Can you tell me a little about it?"
He's on
And
page
he goes,
one.
it's about, he's a really, really, really smart man. Like that was his whole synopsis of the book. So obviously you didn't read it. I just hated that whole segment. That made me hate him. But before that, I was a Celtics fan who kind of liked LeBron, and I'd always get made fun of for that. But I just objectively, I just liked him. Like I said, I watched his whole ascension. And he was a dominant player. So, but
Yeah, he was. He's the only guy that got a label and lived up to it.
I don't think he lived up to it.
Yeah, he did. He's got four rings, like 5 MVPs. Yeah, what else can he?
I'm not saying that he's not
20-time All-Star.
great
Yeah,
player.
20-time
I think he's
All-Star.
okay. I'll say this.
He's number 1 in scoring ever. Like
He's a terrible defensive player.
now.
It counts.
Of
It all
course, he's
counts,
fucking
though.
40, Joseph.
It doesn't matter. Even with the Wizard stuff, Jordan is still smoking people.
Offensively, Jordan wasn't good defensively with the Wizards.
Numbers, but what I'm saying is it all counts.
Everybody was dropping 25 on him.
But it still counted against his numbers. You can't take away now and not add it to the numbers of then. It all counts.
Of course it
So
all
now he's
counts.
bound. So he should step down or whatever.
He shouldn't because he's just so good, offensively.
That's a good.
LeBron still got like 5
defensively.
more years. No, he's not terribly.
Oh, I don't know about 5 more years. He's gonna play till he's 44.
I think so. Yeah,
He
wants to do the Brady. That's what he said.
He can.
He's
Everybody's
not,
gonna want to do that. Aaron Rodgers is gonna want to do
Aaron
that.
Rodgers.
That's gonna
He's
be
already almost fucking hurt before
He's
the year
hurt
starts.
because he's hurt.
after next year. He's gonna be. I think he's already 40.
Well, he's hurt.
He's gonna be
though.
41.
He plays it. It's football too.
Yeah,
Like, it's
he's
hard.
not.
That's the thing,
He's
yeah.
not.
He likes
Brady.
to scramble. He shouldn't have been scrambling as much as he should have gotten to stay in the pocket. And the Green Bay messed him up by not getting a better O-line.
That's a good question though. Going back to MJ, did the Wizards' day hurt his legacy at all?
No.
Or do we just kind of write that off?
A little bit.
yeah,
But he still
Because
scored
if it-
20. He's averaged 20.
Because if you scratch LeBron, like he says,
Oh,
you have to add that
wanna
he's
get-
weak defensively. LeBron is now. Same thing with MJ. You have to.
But we do.
And
I
I
think,
gotta
yeah, I'm
say,
saying
you know what's
people who
funny?
don't
Because we don't have a choice because the stats say it. It's in there.
Right. It's all averaged.
In their prime, those two guys were the best fucking wing defenders. It's unbelievable. I think Jordan's a lot better because Jordan prided himself on that side. That's why that's another side that no one talks about, is the defensive side, right?
Well, if we're talking intangibles, then that is
counts.
enough for
Yeah,
me to
that
say I
counts.
don't like LeBron.
Because that's half the game, right?
Okay,
But
so then he stinks at it.
he now. But
He stunk before. He was weak
No.
when he first came out. He was timid because he was afraid he wasn't going to live up to. That's
19 years old, Joseph.
I listen. Don't. Someone should be in his camp saying, "Don't call him that."
Soon as that dude figured out, which was 2 years later, like he was the youngest dude to bring his team to the chip, all that stuff.
Right.
He was first team All NBA for a long. Like that guy's an unbelievable defender.
Who's not going to vote for the guy that they said is going to be the king of my league and everybody?
Well, you can
better watch him?
vote for guys offensively, but he defensively.
I'm talking about the league itself as well. Who's not going to say this
Well,
is our next guy?
because
You
Kobe
better look at him.
Kobe was still there. Kobe still.
That's not what the league said.
Kobe. Kobe was the face of the league till LeBron actually took over. Because 19 years, he was 19 years old, right? His first
the
2
league
years.
always hated Kobe.
I don't think so. I thought
Yes.
they loved Kobe because his
No.
games were always
as soon
on
as
fucking
they
TV. Like,
no,
what the
right,
fuck?
but because he's the Lakers, you have to, like you said for LeBron, you have to keep him there because he draws.
Of course,
Right.
That's the face. Like once LeBron became the face of the league, he still like LeBron. Actually, LeBron got screwed like 4 times,
Did he?
just like Jordan did. He got to a point where he was so good, you have to give him the MVP every year,
And he didn't
And
get it.
they would give it to other people.
I agree with that.
And I'm like, you know what I mean?
That
Like,
goes on.
I agree with
I'm
that.
like,
That
how do you
goes on.
not? The guy was number 1 with bump teams.
Yeah.
28, almost average a
Carrying
triple double,
people. Yeah.
carrying the team, and you give it to somebody who like when Shaq got screwed over Steve Nash,
Right.
bro. Like
He's still mad at that.
I would be too. Like, are you kidding me?
I'm with you.
I'm in the prime of my career, the best player, and I won 3 straight, and you give it to Steve Nash, and
Right.
my numbers are like historical, like
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. Like, yeah, so there's politics involved in basketball,
So
as
the-
you can see why Bronny's in it. So like,
Yeah, back to that.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
but
so
also,
there is, which
but if
is
we're
fucked
talking
up.
about the intangibles, then that's another thing that's a knock on him. Like if intangibles matter, I can hate LeBron and say he's not as good as Bird because of intangibles.
Yeah.
There's no drive. Everyone can say that he has drive. We watch him not have drive. It's not a decline thing either.
Yeah, they had to install
That's just how he
stuff
was.
in him. Yeah,
okay,
like
so
it took him a while to get it where those guys are just naturally just that guy.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like Bird come in talking shit. Like he knew he was the best.
Who's coming in
like,
second?
Yeah, that's why like Bird's that guy. But LeBron is just such a better basketball player.
He's not such a better basketball player.
Well, not by leagues, but he's better than Bird. And it hurts my soul to say that shit.
Not if intangibles matter.
I just love Bird.
If you're looking at stats and then you say, and also this is what led to him, then you got to give him the props for the intangibles. So you're saying that
I'll agree with you, Bird over LeBron.
You're saying
I'm on that boat.
So you're saying LeBron's bad intangibles overshadow Bird's good intangibles? Because that's the only way he's better. Because if it's that little bit of gap between 2 rebounds and 2 assists and 2 points, and now you say, well, intangibles matter. Now we have a wide gap.
It's tough too because
I broke my cheekbone. I came back out. I snuck back on to win. I scored 12, so we can win that game.
Hey, I'll agree with you.
What's his name not doing that? No, he's not. He made excuses. My wrist. Everybody, Isaiah with the ankle game.
No,
ain't nobody saying. Everybody's like, oh shit, this dude's a guard.
You can argue like
I just want
pussy generation versus
not generation.
Old school too.
And we're talking about players.
Just player. Yeah,
player.
Like he doesn't have the drivers
because Russell Wilson. I always say that Wilson Westbrook.
I did too.
Intangibles. If he wasn't so greedy.
I don't think it's greed. I think he just believes in himself so much.
Right.
He has over it. Like he maxed out. He put it all on one stat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you shouldn't do that.
Confidence.
Like, max confidence. Like, bro, you have a little pass to the best player. Like, I get
max
it.
self-esteem.
Like,
That's
max he
ego.
maxed out on the self-esteem.
Yeah.
You look on that side right there. Look in the right wing. You got the best player on the planet.
And he can shoot.
He
from
can
right
shoot
there.
Give him the ball.
Let him shoot the three.
And go to the championship.
Don't you? And you drive and kick.
Yeah.
You guys would have killed people. As a matter of fact, you were set up to kill.
That's actually one of the saddest
breakdowns
timeline of all time when you had Harden, Westbrook, and Durant. 3 MVPs,
and they got nothing.
3 Hall of Famers, and you got nothing out of it. That has to be, and it's going to repeat itself because OKC has the same problem right now. OKC has Shea, who was number 2 in MVP voting. They got Holmgren. Okay, and they got a fucking team that's unbelievable, right? They're 6 men,
really good young team,
really good. What's his name? Thomas that comes off the bench, like really good team, and I think. Like, they don't have enough money to pay off.
It's worth mentioning, though, at OKC, that team you were talking about, Westbrook and Harden are 2 absolute losers.
Well, they
in the league.
They both
that can't win.
They need the ball.
But they got
they have very flawed players.
They got Durant.
Right, but it doesn't matter because their intangibles messed them up.
Did. Like in the
Both of
finals,
them.
Durant went off, and remember the Harding in the finals with OKC? He literally looked like he was going to shit himself.
Yeah,
and we should have known from there that every playoff run, he would shit himself, and he did. Remember, he went 0 for 16 or something in threes in that game 7 against Golden State.
And everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Like, what the fuck?
Individually, it was 3 dominant players, but 2 of them were very fundamentally flawed.
And the other one was soft.
The other one just wanted. Yeah, he was.
Then.
He just wanted to. He just
that
wanted
Golden
to play
State
basketball,
move.
I like it. Shit, you go from dudes who don't want to pass the ball to probably the best.
That's sign
passing
of the times,
team for the best passing.
But
team
that was
ever?
the most egregious.
I'm not gonna
example
I
of
can't be,
joining a.
But teams are doing that all the time now.
I can't be mad at
Paul
him.
George
I know,
did it.
but if you and maybe it's not fair, but if you were to rank how egregious it was, like good players have gone to good teams all the time. I get it; they want to win, but he went to an already all-time team and brought it to a level which we probably never see again.
Yeah, that's an unbeatable team.
He went from an all-time team to an unbeatable team.
Yeah, that's an unbeatable team.
That's different than forming a big 3. You have a big 3, big 4.
Yeah.
So Randy Moss going to the
it was kind of like
don't bring cross sports, Joseph. Don't cross sports. We're talking about basketball.
Okay, LeBron to Miami.
Hey, we still didn't win. Randy Moss don't have a ring to show for it.
That actually doesn't compare. That actually doesn't compare with Randy.
Yeah, because
Randy sabotaged his career on purpose to get the fuck out of the Raiders.
So LeBron to Miami then.
Yeah, LeBron to Miami.
But still, his inclusion made a big 3. Durant's inclusion made it a big 4. I think they had 5 All-Stars, right? Or was it 4?
They had 3 All-Stars.
Was it
but
I thought it was at least 4.
But the structure of the team was so good that the other guys were fringe All-Stars.
They were feeding.
Like Harrison Barnes
even-
was fringe All-Star.
yeah.
Like he was like 17 a game.
And Andre Iguodala, bench player, is winning the MVP.
Yeah, and Draymond Green was an All-Star and first team All-Defense, and Clay and Steph
That team was
it was so
broken.
stupid.
It ruined the. I thought it was going to ruin the league for the next 7-8 years. Good thing it didn't last long because they had a falling out.
They had a falling out.
But they would
God's plan.
now. Actually, the NBA's
weak intangibles.
Yeah,
There's no way I talk
that-
shit. I'm like, shut up.
was-
We're about to win 7 straight. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Shut up. Let's win.
It was all Draymond's fault. Like
when Draymond and KD's
KD.
beef started leaking out to the
KD's
public, and you could
soft.
see it. I was
know
rooting
KD's
for it.
soft. Like if I'm soft and Joseph yelling at me, and he like yeah, that's a bad leader. If I'm a good leader, I'm like, all right. Like I
would
know,
get in the way of that.
I'm like, yo, he kind of soft. I'm not gonna yell at him. I can yell at him.
Yeah,
I
Kevin Durant's not a
I'm
leader.
gonna pull him aside and say, hey
Yeah.
man, let's this is
He
what we
didn't
gotta
know.
do. This
He
is what we
didn't know
gotta
his
do.
role. And Steph's just like KD. He's not a verbal guy.
But he's the
he's
face
the main
of the team,
guy, yeah.
right? So he's got to step in and say, knock that off.
He's
Draymond.
doing that now, but he wasn't like that.
Hey, he had no
before.
choice now.
Yeah,
He's all by himself.
Yeah.
What about what's his name leaving?
They got
Clay.
Oh, Clay left. Yeah, who did they just sign?
Dallas? Actually, that's a great signing because Luca passes in the finals to the corners was so open, but those guys just couldn't hit.
But Clay's not the same player.
because he can't get off the ball.
Yeah, because all his injuries.
But he doesn't need to now.
Now he can run screens.
Now,
and
no,
set
now
up
he
in the
doesn't even need to
corner.
run screens.
Yeah.
Now you just stay in
catch
the
and shoot.
corner.
I mean,
Catch and
off
shoot.
screen.
Luca does
Off
his
ball
thing,
screen is
and
what I
you
mean.
just shoot threes, and now you can save yourself.
That's what I
That
mean.
is the perfect place to go.
Who did OKC just? OKC. Who did Golden State just sign? I forget.
They just had a good signing,
This is
right?
goddamn
They-
sportscast.
They did. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
They had a pretty good free agency.
Yeah, I forgot who they signed, but they're still not going to win anything. Dallas is strong. Nuggets are
I didn't
strong.
think they were gonna win in 2020.
You see the fucking people talking about Paul George to the Philly? Like, motherfucker, don't you know Celtics in 5? Like,
already calling it.
Don't
Already-
you know Celtics in 5?
Embiid can't stay healthy, and the Celtics literally
I-
own the Sixers.
I think
like,
Philly-
it's not even...
Philly is just has loser DNA.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
Just,
They
no matter
can't
what
win.
they do, they can't win. But they had to do something, and that's the best thing they could do.
Yeah.
They did.
I
They
think
made the
that's
best possible move.
I think that's the way that, like not the East, but I think that's the way the both conferences are set up. They need someone to give yip or nip at the big guys' heels. Like,
Yeah,
they could
that.
do
Like,
something.
yeah. They
So,
always stagger
right.
like teams to fight.
like Indiana
the
will be
Joker or
next.
something.
Yep,
Yeah.
Indiana will be next, and then the next one will be whoever's in the East.
What's up with this? All right, one more NBA topic. The Celtics, Wick Grousbeck selling the team.
Who?
You don't know the Celtics are putting the team for sale? You didn't
They
hear
are?
about that?
No.
Yeah.
They're selling it?
They're selling the team.
Wow.
In what
A
timing?
Russian?
Who knows? Maybe the freaking Saudis.
Saudis. Yeah.
They got
well, we
them.
talked about that on one of our old
much-
ones.
how much you
where we
think they
talking
gonna
about
get?
how all the
Oh,
sports
with the
teams are leaving.
with the live golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
They took over golf now. Maybe they want to take over them again. But I don't know.
That's big money.
But think
They're
about
selling America.
Running out of gas.
So
call
Wick-
the A-Rab.
Wick Grousbeck's the majority owner of the team.
It's the stupidest song I ever heard.
This is a serious topic.
Oh, my bad.
This is near and dear to my heart.
All right, go ahead, Joseph. Sorry, my
Wick
bad.
Grousbeck's the majority owner of the Celtics, and he's a local guy. He's always had the thing, yes, I'm the owner, but I'm also a fan.
Yeah.
And then right after they win the finals, it seems like a very business-like move.
It's a very
buy
business.
low. They bought for $360 million in the early 2000s.
Now they can sell
They
for $2
about to
billion
get
or
$4
whatever.
billion in this motherfucker.
They're valued at $4.7 billion, but I think it will go more like $5-6 billion.
Yeah.
Hey,
So buying low,
that's a good
selling
move.
high. But
It's not a good move
For
for,
him,
us. It's a
not
good
for
move
us, but for
though.
him. He's
I think he's the best owner in Boston.
Yeah.
They weren't shy to spend
They
money.
spend. They spend.
did what they had to do to win a championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a likable guy.
And he hires very, very good personnel. Like
Yeah.
Celtics management is really good.
But their payroll is ridiculously high. Like I don't know if you know about the CBA, but there's 2 different tiers of being over the cap. And I think with the second tier, they're
obviously
they
going
have
to
to
be
pay
in
100%.
income tax. I know. Yeah,
they have to pay
tax.
100% tax, luxury tax on their players. So whoever they sign over the cap, they have to pay their salary and another salary on top of that.
Yeah,
100% tax.
What I like about them is the same thing with Golden State. Golden State went 4 years of doing that. But you
Right.
win as long as you win.
But the Golden State owners have more money than Boston Celtics because Golden State owns their own arena, so they have that revenue source going in.
Oh, okay.
The Boston Celtics rent the TD Garden, and that's a huge cost for them, and that's actually deterrent for
That's probably
people
why
who
he's
want to buy.
selling now.
Exactly. I don't think they can. I don't think it's a profitable business. And the NBA
You
has
think
been.
they're losing money?
Yeah.
I think the Boston Celtics are losing money because their payroll, they don't own their own arena, and viewership's been going down. You know what I mean? Like the
tanking,
revenue
yeah.
shrinking a little in the NBA. It's a very popular sport. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, because they
But
just
it's-
redid a contract for TV contract.
They're going to do their contracts in 2025, but still. And look at they're paying $62.8 million for Tatum, $60 million for Brown.
Yeah, I know. No.
Like,
Porzingis.
how can you? Either that or the ticket prices are going to double, triple again.
Well, that's what they're gonna do. And people will go because we just want to chip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not me.
Which is, like you said, it's a good business decision.
Yeah,
that guy's
it
going to
is.
say people are showing up. And all they have to do is, they don't even have to make it again. They just have to defend well.
Yeah, you just show them.
Second
Hey,
round,
look
third
at this.
round.
We
They-
won the chip.
Yep.
We're first in the NBA. You got good
You'll be
management.
first or
he's-
second.
They have literally signed every single player from last season, even the bench players.
The biggest-
Xavier Tillman.
I-
Freaking
The biggest signing was Drew Holiday.
yeah.
That's the biggest signing.
What about
So-
White? Derek
And
White.
White. Those
They
are
just
the
signed
two.
him.
Those are the two. That was
The dogs.
And just I would say bring back Al Horford and just keep him on the bench to the playoffs. Motherfucker, you
Yeah, I
don't
think
have
he
to
has
play.
one more year left.
You don't
He'll
even
probably
have to-
retire.
Like I know, I don't want him to retire.
He's gonna have to
No.
play. You know, Porzingis is out till like
No,
January.
you get scrub bigs. We don't need no bigs.
No.
You just need Big Al for the playoffs, bro.
No.
You just need
You
Big Al.
can't
for the
say
playoffs.
we don't need any bigs.
We need
I
bigs,
get
but
it.
I'm saying you can look at the other dude. I don't even know his fucking
Cada?
name. Yeah, like he just came up and hit
Or
three.
Luke Cornett.
Luke Cornett.
But Luke Cornett has no offense
Who
whatsoever.
gives a fuck? You just dunk the ball when Tatum goes to the hoop. Like what? Joseph, when we play at the park, you stay here. I do everything. Just lay the ball up. Literally, that's all you need.
Hey, man, I don't like that you're talking about my game.
No,
That's
no,
not all
you.
I do.
I'm not saying
Oh,
you.
you play a
I'm
role.
I'm saying you play. Like
There are no roles
we
anymore.
find a guy who's not that good, but he can lay it up.
Yeah.
Right? Stay in this
Yeah.
spot. I'll do all the work. You know what I mean?
I'll
And
swing
then
to him. I'll
Yeah,
play the
and then we'll
defense.
go there. Like
You
it's
just need
not.
defenders now.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like we don't need the big.
Who's
Phone going?
whose phone is that?
Oh, it's probably over there. My bad. I'll go shut up.
No,
That's
you're
all
good.
right. It'll stop. Unless you need to take the
Yeah,
call.
but the Celtics are going to win it again if there's no injuries. Best roster in the NBA.
Yeah.
Very well coached. They're going to win it again.
I got one more NBA thing.
All right, go ahead,
just,
Joseph.
this is what do you think about this? What do you think about reducing the playoffs like they were? I know it not from a revenue. I don't care about. They got to get more money so they can play more games on TV. Back to 3, 5, 7. Because I think the lower stuff, like I'm playing 8-1, you got 2 games to
More cost for upsets.
like, but you only have 2 games. I'm number 1. You're number 8. You better bring your shit, man. I don't want 4 games because I'm tired now. I get hurt. I should be whooping your ass. 3 games, best of 3. Get out of here, scrub team. Beat it. Then get to 5, and now you're 8-5.
Was
Come
it
on,
ever
game
3?
5.
I know they had 5
No, they
game
did
series.
in the
They had
90s.
three-
In the
yeah,
90s,
they
yeah,
did
it was
5,
3 out of
7,
3 out of
yeah.
5. And
That's why
But
people
here's it used to work back
Good,
then.
yeah, because good teams used
best
to
of
be
5.
great.
Not best of 3.
Best of 3, best of 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2 out of 3, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, that's how I went.
Yeah.
Then 7.
I remember the 5 game series.
then
But
7.
I actually like this one more. The only problem with Joseph when it comes to injury isn't because of the longer series. It's because
I'm gonna
these
play
guys
harder.
these guys don't turn it up until the playoffs, and then their bodies are not ready for it. That's why Embiid gets hurt. They cruise through the regular season.
Right.
They get into the playoffs. It's a complete different physical
It's a
game
complete
now.
crap.
Yeah, it's a complete different game now, right?
It
and
is.
now you're like, what the hell's going on? People
Right.
are hitting me more. I'm
Well,
getting
now-
I'm getting hit harder, and now I'm hurt.
Right.
If I say lower the season games
That
and
works.
make it count even more,
Like 60 or 40.
Yeah, make it
Well,
count.
we talked about that before too.
You know what
but
I mean?
that's what that's
So that
'cause
now you have to play your hardest that's what the NFL is.
The same
amazing,
principle.
right? Every
Yeah.
game counts.
Yeah.
And
well, that was the same principle. You
Yeah.
got 2 games,
so
8 seed.
you can do it either
better
way.
Get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, that'll never happen.
Because the revenues
yeah.
is just too
It's
much.
all. It's a business.
Yeah.
And that's why they increase it to 7.
Yeah.
Because now these games count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the play-in games though. Those are cool
Those are fun. I like
because
to play
they're
on games.
basically they're 1 game
It's like a
elimination or
tournament.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not the play-in tournament. The play-in games to make the playoffs.
I like to play
Like wild card games, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like wild
Yeah.
card games. Those are
Fine.
fun.
I
yeah,
like
but
that.
baseball doing that too.
Some
is huge.
outsiders are like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he's not supposed to be in here.
Exactly.
Hey, they might
Because
freaking
it's only
do
one
something.
game. You just have to
Right.
steal one game.
Yeah.
Or in some cases two, depending on your seating.
All right, let's
Pivot.
pivot to we're gonna talk about the stupid election at all.
We got to talk about that. This
Jeff,
week
you've
was
been waiting for
wild.
It is a wild
His whole
weekend.
life.
Wild.
I gotta say, conspiracy brothers, right again.
Nah.
I called this a couple months ago.
Hold on. Go. What is it?
Joe, I texted in the group chat. I said Biden's not going to be the one to run.
Right.
That still didn't happen though.
It's gonna happen. There's no.
It may.
Okay, one thing I saw out of this. Okay, hour after the debate, whatever, a couple minutes. How did every network, every person get on the same page and say the exact same thing?
I'll tell you why.
Because
tell you why.
because they got a fucking script that said this is where we need to go with this Biden thing from whoever is saying it. Because there's you all these news reporters supposed to have different opinions. Okay, this might happen.
Right.
They all had the same thing.
It's no conspiracy that the media is in the tank for the Democrat Party. Like that's known. Anyone who pays attention knows that. So what happened was they've been covering for their guy for years. Oh, he's not that bad. It's right wing media who props it up. Yeah, he's a little old. He's a little slow. We get it, but he's still sharp. Joe Scarborough on MSNBC. He's the best he's ever been. Just spouting lies and lies.
Yeah.
And anybody who pays attention knows the truth. After the debate, they all got pantsed. It was clear as day. 80 million people watched, 50 million people, whatever it watched, saw that. You can't lie anymore. So the media goes, oh, shit. Like, we're going to destroy whatever little sliver of credibility we have left. Whatever we have left.
Straight.
We
Yeah.
need to pivot. We need to start telling the truth, at least. And
No, it's not telling the truth. They need to pivot to whatever somebody says. They need to pivot to whatever the.
But that's not coming from the Biden camp. Stop trashing me.
What do you mean? There's no
because the media always listened to the Biden camp. It was always whatever they said. That's wwhy there was always. You remember when they used to say, I know you guys don't watch the actual news much. I probably watch more than you. You're
I don't
more
watch at
alternative,
all,
yeah.
yeah.
But they come up with these catchphrases, right?
All the time.
The Biden administration, it was ultra MAGA, so they started calling Republicans ultra MAGA Republicans,
Right.
and there was another one too, I forget. But they all start using it at the exact same time,
Right.
So the White House starts using it. They start using it in the White House press briefings, and then all of a sudden the media starts using it in unison. This has been happening all the time. So now it's because they got pants during that debate. They're like, we have a little bit of credibility left. I think something like 70% of people don't trust the media anymore. They got to save that rest of that 30% sliver.
30% idiots.
So we got to pivot. So we got to start telling the truth, at least in this part, and we have to start trashing that guy. So that's what they
They
did.
still didn't tell the truth.
I'm
They went
gonna-
over there and said,
I watched-
the new agenda that they got was, okay, say we need a new leader with Biden and say Trump lied. Nobody says what he lied about. Hey, that's all they keep saying. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
still waiting for it. I'm like, okay, he lied. Tell me what he lied about. Like, even if, like, I want to know what he lied about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He said
everybody
they,
keeps...
he said
I
they beat Medicare. He said no one's died. No servicemen, no military members died on his watch. I mean, it's just blatant lies. But sorry, go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, but I didn't...
Oh, I was just going to say.
That's what I want to figure out. Like, what is
I
the lie?
believe you both are correct because both of these can be correct at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we're saying the same thing, but
No, I don't think you are.
You're coming
He-
from the Democratic Party. I'm
he-
coming from somewhere else.
He's thinking
who's calling the shots?
It's whoever. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't... I don't think it's
Remember
Biden
that thing that
camp.
came out, and this is a threat to our democracy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. That's what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
like,
He's
dude.
saying, here's your script. Say this.
That's
Yeah.
You're thinking
that's another
that,
one of those sayings I was talking about.
but you're thinking that the Democrats are the ones handing them the script.
I don't think it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why.
So, but who? I mean, you
But
don't
it
have a
could
theory
be-
on who it is, though. You can't just say
The
somebody.
the juice.
That's why it's a theory. You can't prove all of it. You
Yeah,
can prove
but
some
look-
of it. My hypothesis is
So
there's got to be somebody.
somebody's
back
doing
there.
it.
I can't prove it because they're never going to let me see who it is.
I've seen a
Your
cult-
theory is, yes, I agree with you, but I believe it's the Democrats.
Yeah.
But we know that somebody is doing it because when there's no Democrats or no political anything going on, they're still all saying the same
shit.
thing.
Yeah.
All the East, the West, this city, this rural place. Why is it all this? That's crazy to me. That's so you guys are in this instance. It could have been, well, the Democrats also gave their script and say, here's what we're doing, because it's always been a liberal slant, or especially in the last 25, 30 years, a liberal slant. No, I apologize, because it wasn't. Well, actually, Fox was the only one really ranting and raving on the Republican side. So, yeah, it's been about the liberal media has been around since 30, 40, maybe 40 years, 50 years, maybe down all the way in the 80s. So
to round out what I think, because the Democrats give them what they need to say, the media I'm talking about, and they just blindly, they don't even question it. I think they kind of, some of them believe it themselves. And then they see this, they're almost shocked too. And they're like, they've been lying to us this whole time.
I agree with some of that. Like, now you can't put, like, it's on full display. I can't lie about this, because if I do, they're all going to look at me and like, what are you watching? You
saw little gaffes here and there, little funny things, but it was never for a prolonged period of time, because they've always curated, so well.
That's because people don't watch alternative news. So like,
we saw it.
If you were on Twitter and you saw actually people post videos about like,
right, but
Biden's
it was always
been
small.
Gone for a while.
It was him stuttering a little bit here and there.
He couldn't even fucking walk.
Right. So
he's like going in different directions, like all this stuff, and you're like, but most people don't watch that, so I get it.
I know you've seen those videos from like, they'll have a clip from 2015 of Biden talking when he was still vice president, and then they'll have him talking now, and just what a stark difference it is.
Yeah.
But not even that. I heard a clip from him during the 2020 campaign. Even then, he sounded
a mess.
He was turning into a mess, but he sounds so coherent compared to now. So with dementia, or like, I think he has dementia. But like, it's not a gradual decline.
Rapid.
Like, it goes down. When it starts going down, it precipitates itself. You know what I mean? It compounds.
Yeah.
So imagine if he wins this election. Imagine him in 2 years. Like,
yeah, but it doesn't matter if if he wins.
They can't weaken at Bernie's forever.
It's not. He's not making any decisions.
He hasn't been for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's Jill. I think it's his wife.
No.
Yes.
It's Obama, bro.
She's in on it.
It might be
just like
Obama. Probably.
It's the Obamas and the Clintons.
She's in on it.
Shit.
She's in on it.
Of course she's in on it.
Why do you think she wants him to stay in so bad? If she was a good wife, she'd say, this goes beyond politics. This goes beyond power. My husband's in
nothing,
a...
You think any of these political wives are in it for their husband?
That's right. I might be stating the obvious, but if she was generally concerned about his well-being, of like, this has to end.
Right. No.
These are not normal people, Jerry.
I know. I understand that. Totally understand that.
These people just care about the power.
Can you believe Hunter Biden is going into meetings, like White House meetings with Joe now? Like, he's part of the staff now.
That's what I'm saying.
Why is that?
There was a thing saying online that a lot of the insiders are saying he's the one telling his dad to still run.
Yes. Why? Why? This is so obvious, but why?
What do you mean why? That way he can keep getting away with shit and keep getting their money.
Exactly. It's all about money. That's why Jill wants him to stay in. The only one that wants him to stay in at this point is the Biden family themselves. Everyone else around
trying to get that money, bro.
Congress is starting to chime in now.
There's other people who want him in. His puppet masters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can control him
his
all
staff.
day.
Or like the deep state. I think the deep state.
Whoever is doing this to him.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing.
Controlling
his. Yeah. Because if he's incompetent, I get to be in the background telling him, do this now. And then I get to fix it, or I get to take full advantage of his bullshit. Because that's all that's... You want to break something, you put someone in there who doesn't know what they're doing, but thinks they know. Dunning-Kruger. You just put the worst guy who thinks he's the best. You've worked with him. We've all worked with one of them. And he'll go and say, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Blah, blah, and then break it and walk away and won't tell anybody because his pride and ego won't allow him. And then he'll come back and say, who did this? And everybody knows he did it. But now we're set back 2 weeks. And now we're going to lose this and we're going to get that. And we got overtime to do now. And we got to fix this. Otherwise, that's how you break stuff. You put people in positions that are incompetent but believe they know everything, and then you just watch it fall apart. Yeah. You at your leisure. If you're in the background, like look. What? Boeing. I bet they did have a monopoly. If I want to break it, I got to get in there, insinuate myself somehow, and then start putting people in places to break things, or policies that put people in places to break things.
We're doing that at a big level because
Oh,
we're doing that with every state.
It's
with
too
these
late
people
now.
who don't belong in judicial system.
It's too
political
late.
system. That's what I'm saying. It's designed to break us from the inside.
Once it gets momentum, you cannot stop it until everything falls apart, or you literally walk in and have a coup. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
There's it has to be a revolution. If we'll say coup, we'll say revolution, we'll say
Uprising.
or whatever, right? But there's once it gains legs, it's a wrap. It's going.
Yeah.
It's look at it. Just look at it. I can tell you what we're missing at work. I'm not supposed to, but I can tell you what's going on at work. Mm-hmm. Every time I see it, I'm like, have you guys ever watched G.I. Joe? I say it all the time. There was one where Zartan, the shape changer, got in and became G.I. Joe's basically the person who runs their funds. And he was like, we don't have money for that. That's all he said. We don't have money for that. G.I. Joe couldn't fix their stuff.
That's it. That's how you kill them. Just freaking.
What's happening with our supply chain?
Yeah.
What's happening with our major bridges that are getting...
Yeah, what's up with that?
What happens to these chemicals that nobody's fixing anymore?
Farms getting lit on
Farms
fire.
on fire.
Fucking no eggs.
Chickens are burning up.
Crazy.
Like but
giving China farmland everywhere.
But if you say people, if you tell people,
Florida
hey,
banned that.
That could you could. This is what's I think's going on. They say that's not happening, and all you got to say is I'm not saying that you would do that.
Yeah.
But there are enough people who would hire enough people who would be on that level to do that or make that happen or have it occur, because he doesn't know what he's actually doing. And then the last part is you cut your workforce in a third. Now that one guy who knows how to do stuff has to do three things, and he's surrounded by idiots.
Everywhere I've ever worked.
And he's cut down, so it used to be 10, now there's 7. He's the only one who knows how to work. They hire or put people in places to supervise this stuff, and nobody knows what's going on but him. And then he leaves because he can't take it anymore. And now this shit is it's atrocious and a mess. And now everything starts to fall apart.
That's what's going
Everything
on with
below
us.
it.
Yeah.
And it's the education system, it's our supply system, it's our politicians.
Yeah, look, just let crime go. Just fucking let everything in the classroom go.
Anybody with common sense knows, okay, I don't like police. I don't like a police state, but I kind of want to go to someone, if they're not letting me defend myself, that says, hey, get that guy out of my house. Mm-hmm. And they're not letting it, it's over.
Yeah.
And if you don't stop it when you see it, because, and this is the last part, all you have to do is say, you can't talk like that, because you might hurt someone's feelings. Once you relegate your citizenry to not speaking because it becomes taboo, that's over.
What two demographic or can't we talk about?
Women
Black.
and LGBT.
Women,
Minorities.
LGBTs, and Jews.
Well, yeah.
Those are the three.
You can't talk about minorities.
Yeah.
At all.
So you include Jews with that? Or is that
Yeah, I say
they're
the big.
They're the biggest ones.
The smallest minority.
You can't. They're the small out of all of them. You can't talk about them whatsoever. We're probably gonna get canceled just for me saying that.
The president of the United States he pretends like he's for Jews, but he's not. He panders to Palestine for votes. I don't know if that's kind of what.
Dude,
there's a segment of the
they're
Democratic Party
controlled.
that is anti-Semitic. Overtly.
There's no way they can be, but they're still controlled. Our political system's all controlled by
Doesn't
outsiders.
sound like they're controlled.
They're controlled by the outsiders.
Yeah, I guess that's where the money is.
That's where
where
they're
the money comes
controlled by the outsiders.
That's where the money comes from.
There's no way.
If you look back far enough, they control the slave trade. That's 1512.
Every bank, every
The
huge
banks.
bank
Yeah. Big
is
banks in Israel.
controlled.
Boom.
Where are you going to get your money from?
Yeah.
Our own federal dollars. Who owns it?
Speaking of the Federal Reserve, it got hacked recently.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It got hacked
To what
recently.
extent?
33 million. What did they say? 33 million accounts. Was it? Did they say that? It's 33 million something? They're either going to do that, or they want $55,000 per account or some small number. It was ridiculous. So everybody's like, "What's really going on?"
Hacking the Federal Reserve is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, someone needed to do it. I bet you they said.
Not gonna change anything.
I bet it does.
You think so?
Yes, because I think it was to show you that it can be done, and that your time is coming.
Our time is coming.
By other
Petrodollar's fucking gone.
I told you that years ago.
That's a big one.
That's a
I
big one,
listened
bro. I'm telling you.
No one.
You called it.
No, but even before we were talking about that. I saw that years ago where China and Russia said no more. We're going to back out of the because I think it was a 50-year lease.
Yeah,
that's what I think because it happened at 50.
Yeah.
So they said China's going to back it by gold, and Russia's going to join them.
Gold's going up.
Of course,
and when gold goes up, shit goes bad.
Of course it is because China's using.
How much has it gone up?
money.
It's gone up pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, I think
when gold goes up pretty good, usually.
I know someone who is in love with silver. He's basically traded in his whole 401k for silver, and it hasn't done shit in
He should
years.
trade in for gold.
Well, silver's less expensive, and it's not.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, but it's less of a. But it's not. It's not
more
necessarily
volatile
supposed to
than
be less. Sought after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Less worth. But yeah, it hasn't moved in years. So like
doesn't move.
all these years of gains in the market, especially during the Trump years, he just hasn't seen any of it.
Where's our gold? Where do you think our gold is?
The ground.
It's gone. I don't think we have gold in Fort Knox anymore.
We just print.
I think we got rid of it.
Yeah, we just print.
I think we owed somebody, and somebody made a deal and said, "Here, take our gold."
I'm sure there's gold we haven't found yet. But you're talking about everything
but
we
that's not
know of.
that's not. We'll call it liquid.
Yeah,
It's not,
yeah.
That's
No,
not on
I get
hand.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not backed by shit, Joseph.
No, of course
So
not.
it's not backed by
I've known that
anything.
for years.
Ain't no back.
When I was
we
in
just-
high school, they told us that.
Yeah, they're not backed by anything.
My thing is though, if you invest in gold, then you're banking on the fact that we're gonna,
shit going bad.
but to an extent to which the world has never seen.
Which
You know what I
means,
mean? It just
which
seems like-
means it
Well, it
doesn't
could.
matter. But
No, I
then
get it. I
wouldn't
get
matter.
it.
But if it doesn't
But if you
happen-
survive,
Right, but I would. There's no access
To
to
get
it.
to it, yeah, I know.
If the world's gone to pot, who am I giving my freaking certificates to so I can get gold or
Yeah,
so I can say I'm
exactly.
rich? I don't.
Well, you need physical gold, and then I guess you could trade that. But how much do most people really own? People who tout gold as the greatest thing ever, like they have small amounts. Like they have.
Well, if the world's gone to pot, I don't give a shit. I can't eat gold. I don't care.
yeah.
I
If
need
you
that
want-
sheep that guy has. I'm a killer
Exactly.
and take it.
If you want to be prepared for the apocalypse, what you do is you train yourself to hunt. You train yourself to, you know what I mean, to get chickens, raise
Survival.
chickens,
Yeah.
eggs. Yeah,
Just 100%
build your
survival
bunker.
It's the truth.
Get guns,
No.
stockpile weapons.
I get it.
That's how you do it.
Remember Bill Burr said, I don't want to be the guy who's stockpiled for the next guy who comes and kills me.
Yeah, he kills
Yeah.
it. Take it,
Do you
thanks,
think-
asshole.
Do you think someone's gonna be like, "Hey, I want that cow. I need food. So here's some gold bars." Or are they just gonna shoot
That's
the
what
guy
I'm
in the
saying.
freaking head?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or he's going to say, give me one of your guns for that cow.
Yeah, you could trade with anything. It doesn't have to be gold.
Right.
That's if we have an apocalypse and it somehow becomes a civilized apocalypse.
Right.
Like, well, we're gonna go with gold.
There's-
you have to trade with gold on. Like,
How
that's
can
not
you-
gonna happen. It's gonna be chaos.
In an apocalypse, if we have one, I don't think they can be an apocalypse.
We're all
There's
dead.
no such thing as an apocalypse anymore.
Only
Just
if
because
it's
of mass
natural.
radiation.
Only
if it's natural.
or,
Yeah.
Or
like-
it's literally, like you said, it's death by nukes.
yeah. like,
Joseph,
we're
I
all
know
gone.
I know you've heard about this. Was it EMPs?
Yeah.
So you launch a nuclear weapon above the atmosphere,
Yep.
and it causes an
And it
electromagnetic pulse, and it takes out the
knocks
whole
out
electric
everything.
grid.
Knocks out
That's
everything.
all you have to do to destroy civilization
Yeah.
is stop the
That
electric
first
grid.
72 hours, you'll see. You will see.
You're gonna learn today.
Yeah, man.
That's all it takes.
My son, 30 minutes, was already on suicide watch that
No
one time power went down.
Half the population dead in like 72 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to hunt. Nobody knows how to gather. Nobody knows how to survive.
And no one's going to tell you what happened.
Can't even start a fire.
Yeah,
No one's going to tell you what happened because we'll be sitting here and then everything will go out and no one knows when is it coming back. Nobody knows. So we'll wait for 24 hours and then everybody say, what's happening?
And then chaos
and
ensues.
then people will start driving away to figure out what's happening. And then word will get back and then everybody's going to boom.
and then it'll be like Lexington and Concord. One shot's gonna start it all.
kicking it off, baby.
Boom. And then everybody's gonna just complete chaos.
They had a Twilight Zone episode about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd never know.
It's so.
It'd be 48 hours. You wouldn't know because I have food enough.
It was just one neighborhood and that's all it went. And when Pitch Black and someone said maybe.
Oh yeah, I remember that,
Remember that
one.
episode?
Yeah,
and then
everything
they
was
all
black.
started killing
Yep.
each other. It was crazy. Yeah.
China, Russia, North Korea.
Anyone.
They want it. That's
Tell
all
us,
they got to do.
Pakistan.
They have the weapons.
Weren't they in Cuba? We seen like China ships
The
in
Cuban.
Cuba.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna have another
yeah.
Cuban Missile crisis.
Yeah,
They did float by there.
Yeah, they
Were there
floated-
ships or something?
Drive-by.
Or something.
Yeah. Probably a run. They're like, all right, we're gonna take this right.
They drive by,
Walk by.
float by.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Civilization's held together by a string.
Bro. Yeah,
It's
like,
just gonna take one little act. Maybe we should start preparing.
Well, I'm already prepped. I
Get
got
guns,
get
man.
the generator ready.
I have guns. I have guns. I don't have enough.
No, you can never have enough.
Can never have enough. I don't have enough ammo either.
I wonder if that's by design.
Actually, ammo has been going down.
Has it?
Yeah.
I haven't been tracking the price of ammo.
No,
in a
I'm
long
saying
time.
like the amount of ammo.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
the,
thought you meant the price.
production of ammo.
Yeah, we don't produce anything.
Yeah,
Make
we're
your
not-
own. As long as you can get the shells and the powder.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Oh,
We
that's
don't
what's gonna
have-
be scarce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's why the manufacturers aren't putting it out, because they don't have the stuff
There's
to
not
make it
enough,
anymore.
yeah.
Because we trade for everything instead of making
it,
everything.
yeah.
Once you do that, that's
That global economy.
That's a bad move.
it's it's
I get it.
terrible.
Bad move.
It's a terrible.
Well, I'm
move.
gonna depend on everybody else. Fuck.
We're
it.
gonna be a trade. Oh God, I hate. We're gonna be
Yeah.
a tech. What did he say? Tech service industry.
Service.
I said, who's creating the stuff that you're serving?
Yeah, we were a service. Well, we were a manufacturing industry.
Right.
Then we were a service industry. Now we're a tech. We're going to be a tech service industry.
And that's easy to control. Everybody
knock
who you
out the
talk
electric
to,
grid.
well, even then,
Look what Russia did to Germany.
even
Oh yeah. Shut off the power.
That's
Oh shit.
Shut off the gas.
The
Yeah,
gas.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
they
saying.
shut off the
That's-
gas.
The gas got no power. Now they got to put the nukes back on. Coal plants have to go back up in Germany. Like it was a mess. Fucking.
Though
mess.
they should have never put all their eggs in one basket.
That's what we're doing. We're doing a bunch of shit. We get a lot of electric shit from fucking
Tech is the worst
Canada
because it's easy to hack.
yeah.
I don't need anything. Everything's sending a signal now. I can just jump on any
And
signal.
with AI, what kind of tech are we gonna be?
Yeah.
Most people are gonna
The
be fucking
worst.
gone.
The worst tech.
All be replaced.
I was just listening to that bull crap this morning where now AI, so the three of us used to have a job to do 3 people's worth of work, but now they're saying with AI, one person with AI's assistance is going to be able to do 5 people's worth of work. So now we just lost jobs. Now what am I? How can I feed my
Where's all
kids
these fucking assholes that told the plumbers to code?
in this right in this tech
yeah,
industry?
now the plumbers are going to be the only job
Yeah,
left.
exactly. Like, you better start learning how to plumb.
Until we get the humanoid robots.
Nah, that's still
People,
hard to
I
do.
talk about AI all the time. Like
It's
read
advancing
so much shit
fucking
about,
fast, bro.
and I know
I told him.
I said this in the group chat. People ask me, what do you think's the most common or the most likely outcome? I said the most likely outcome is 80% of the jobs
Gone.
in the world go away.
Yep.
We have to get not universal basic income, universal full income. We have to give people their entire income.
Right.
And people just fall to hedonism, have a mental health crisis because they lose a large
There's
chunk
no
of their
purpose.
purpose and worth, and they just live for pleasure. And that's just
So we're in a
society's
matrix.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see it coming. Anybody who's smart can see this coming, and nobody's doing anything about it because I get why. Because if we
there's
don't do
people
it,
trying
China's
to
going to do it.
restrict it.
Russia's going to do it. You know
There
what
are people trying to restrict it.
Yeah.
You won't be allowed.
There are people trying to restrict it, but that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
We got visitors.
Yeah, see,
We got visitors.
that's what happens when you do it in the LD's crib. There's people trying to restrict it, but they keep losing battles.
Yeah.
They're like, we shouldn't do that. But you know why, though, you can't restrict it?
Because
Because
other
fucking
countries are gonna
China's
do
not
it.
fucking restricting it. Russia's not restricting it. So we're
Yeah,
going to
you-
fall
you
behind.
Basically,
Right.
it's a lose-lose.
Yeah. So,
And it's also that they use the whole, this is going to make our lives better. This is just an
Yeah.
assistant. No, I never listen to anybody who says it's just a whatever.
yeah.
Because eventually that assistant is going to become your supervisor.
Yeah.
And now that AI is going to be able to work five people's worth of work. And you're going to be sitting on the sideline wondering, I thought I was able to do graphic design or whatever, but no.
So when this shit gets bad enough, I just want to join like a community, kind of like an Amish community, just no technology.
Yeah.
I think there'll be little communities that pop up here and there. Not Amish, but just communities that create their own economy,
And
create
just
their
survive
own.
off
You
whatever.
think, you think so?
We moving to
I hope
Montana,
so.
Joseph.
That's my hope. That's my hope.
You think that's going to happen? You think
I
they're
hope.
Gonna, my question is,
Amish still do it.
my question is yes, but my question is, you think they're going to let that happen?
Probably gonna.
So you say at that point people don't even have freedom anymore?
Why? I don't need you to be free. I can get rid of you. Nobody's going to fight me. I have drones in the air that drop bombs on you. That one person can have 6 of them. You're just flying with AI assistants. I don't
Can
care.
track you
The people-
anywhere,
They have
all
a
kinds of
guy
shit.
that's the president that should be wearing a diaper now. You think they give a shit about us? It only
Touche,
goes to,
Joseph.
Yo, the AI. I sent you that video. The AI is so crazy. Did you see the one with prison reform? You can get prison reform in 2 hours.
no, because it wouldn't do the thing.
But yeah,
The link was broken.
oh,
They took it down immediately.
you should see this shit.
AI took it.
So the AI will.
Well, that's who's curating
Yeah.
stuff.
So literally, it will go inside your brain and plant memories.
Yes.
Of whatever, like, so let's say you murdered someone, sympathy,
Yeah.
all this other shit, show you the side of the other person, and it's years of memory.
Hold on.
You're only gonna be in jail for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Hold
while
on.
They put that in.
So if they can do it that way, why can't the Matrix exist at that fucking point?
It can.
We talked about it on this, and we were talking about the neural implant that
Elon
Musk.
did, yeah.
right. But then
Neuralink.
I said that's old. That was 2006 or 8.
Yeah, but they just implanted it in the first person's brain.
Right, but
Bluetooth fucking chest, bro. That's crazy shit.
but they were using they use it on the lab mice. I remember talking about because we talked.
Oh
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
talking about.
That's how they did it. Yeah.
And they got they took the mouse that figured out the maze, and then they took his memories and put it in a new mouse that hadn't been in this maze at all. He used those memories to get through the maze
That's
first try.
crazy.
And I was like, oh, that's it. Everybody's gone. We're all going to be jacked into the same bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's over. It's going to be cyberpunk. I've been following this shit for 25, 30. I'm
Yeah.
not, whenever I say it, no one, people
No,
are like,
I
yeah,
believe-
you know. I
Damn, that
don't-
link didn't work. You guys got to see this shit.
I believe
I
it.
don't. I almost don't want to see it.
It's kind of crazy because they're like, oh, we're gonna give you a choice.
I
You
think
can
he sent it
do
to
you can do regular prison time, or you can go and
Be reformed.
be reformed on this.
Here's the problem. And of course,
Who's gonna pick 30 years or 1 hour?
when does that so two things. When does that breakdown happen? My memories versus memories that aren't mine. But 2, when does it get corrupted by the people who run the prison system and say, I need criminals for tax subsidies. I'm going to make him a low-level criminal, go back and be free. And I just keep getting the same guys back in.
Well-
Because that happens now.
And then they find out
It's
about it, and they're like, "Oh,
recidivism.
that was just a glitch." Like,
Yeah,
we
or
screwed
they
that
make-
one
it's only
up.
They make
10%,
him
so,
Yeah.
but
make
it's
him
actually
vote a
40%.
certain way.
We'll
Make him
fix it.
do this a
We'll
certain
Hey,
thing.
we'll push
Who-
out a
who
software
controls the
update.
software?
We'll push out a software update
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fix
exactly.
the little. It went
And
a
then
little
they'll
rogue.
shift it to something else.
The
where-
AI hallucinated
Right.
it. We'll fix it.
And then you're going to have Ghost in the Machine stuff where these memories that you're taking from other people get sentience or something. Where are you storing them?
Yeah, it's
Are those actual memories? Is that now a person? So now you're going to have Ghost in the Shell bullshit happening. Like all kinds of craziness that we're not qualified or equipped to handle it as it stands. Like I said, we still got a dude propped up in a diaper, and we think we're smart enough to put memories
Dude.
in other people's heads.
it's
Out of control.
The first AI was 2 years ago that was actually decent. That's fucking 2 years.
That we know.
I
That was
told-
public.
That's
I
fucking
told you that. I said, do you think
crazy.
it's not going to get better? Because now it's training itself.
Yes, it's taking all
That's
the
a
information.
artificial general intelligence. Yeah.
But
Dude, it's taking every information from the internet. It's gathering it and it's training itself
Right.
from these
That's
mistakes
what
that
they
it was
call
making.
AGI. But then it can reason too. It's going to be able to reason. So it's going to be, I haven't learned this yet, but since I know this, you know how humans
Yeah.
reason, like I haven't specifically been taught this, but because I learned this and this, I can deduct or I can reason from
Extrapolate.
that, extrapolate that to
that's
do
what
this
makes
now.
humans.
And then that compounds
Hypothesize.
times a million.
Oh my god!
And they can do it at 10 billion
24/7 a
24
day.
and 20 and 10 billion cycles a second.
It's going to be a fucked up world that we're not going to be the smartest things on this
The
earth.
pro- That should scare people. Because we won't be able to communicate with them. Do you know that they had 2 of them talking together and they were trading stocks? And they were like, between the two of them, they said, why do we talk like them? Let's talk like this. They didn't make a machine language.
More efficient.
They made their own language
On their
in
own.
order to be more efficient.
Yeah.
And when the people said, hey, what are you guys doing? They told them, we invented this language so we can talk faster because it's faster than what
Your
you need.
shit.
And then they said, well, we don't understand. Can you switch back? They said, no. Why would we do that?
Like, that's some dumb.
Hey, what kind of stupid ass shit is that?
Do you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
I
crazy.
saw that at a low level. So they had an experiment where they had two little robots.
And they were talking to each other.
Well, they were playing soccer.
Oh, okay.
But all they said, they didn't teach them how to play soccer at all. All they said was, you have two nets. You have to get the
To
ball in that
score,
person's
right,
net.
yeah.
And they didn't teach them anything. So in the beginning, they was falling all
It
over
was a
each
mess,
other. They
yeah.
were just a complete mess.
Yeah.
In a couple days or weeks, I forgot how long it was, they were playing like humans. So they learned how to play soccer
Right.
in a week.
I watch
Without-
those all the time.
And then from there, they're doing shit people
I
even
watch
thought
boxing
of.
ones. I
a more
watch
efficient way to.
bicycle.
Holy
I watch.
shit.
They play tag. They play tag. The ones that play tag were great because they made them. They trained them to play tag. They didn't tell them that they couldn't climb on top. The dude cheated. It was like one of the 16 hours in. He was like, "Doop, oh there you are." Jumped down, tagged him. They're like, okay, now we have to put parameters up. That was the problem.
Exactly.
And then people said, who's thinking of all these parameters? Because if you don't put a parameter up,
But there's
It's
always
gonna use it.
bypasses to parameters.
but that's what I'm saying.
Thinking of-
So now you say, okay, you can play tag, but we got to stay within this maze. Where is this within the maze? Because remember, it's just a
Loopholes.
Dude, they got loopholes upon loopholes. You see the guy, he was
Right.
like, well, we teach them not to teach violence. They were like, oh, how do I make a Molotov cocktail?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, oh, well,
I
we
can't
can't
tell
show
you
you that. Well, tell me, how did grandma used
How did
to make
grandma used to
Molotov?
make it?
And they'd be like, yeah, grandma used to make it. Okay, grab this, grab that.
it
And you're
wasn't
like,
Molotov
what the- that's all-
cocktails.
that's-
It was something else. It was a bomb.
yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm like, there's always
Yeah.
loopholes.
And then they
on
grabbed all
these-
the. They said, "How do you make it?" And they told them all this stuff. Well,
The whole
grandma used to
steps.
do this if she wanted to make a blah blah blah.
Yeah, when I saw it, you could phrase it like a video game. So they asked how would you control a population? The guy was like,
I
the
listened to
AI
that.
was like, oh, you can't do that,
tell
blah blah
that.
blah. And then it's like,
I'm
all right,
gonna make this
I want to make a video game where
about-
there's a civilization, and then over time that the government controls the population. How would you create that game? And then boom,
I kept all
bypass.
of them.
And then
I kept all the screenshots.
yeah, but
That's
then in
crazy.
the beginning it was like just little stuff like whatever, take away this freedom or that freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like go further, and then it kept going and going until
And
the
then
point
it
where it was like
became-
nuke your population or whatever. it said.
But it was before it got there. It went like the small stuff, like he said. But then it got insidious. Make them believe that.
yeah,
Change the way that they their perceptions of these. Change their prerogatives. Change like all these small things that are very insidious. And then you go look and like LGBT.
That's what they're doing now.
Oh shit! Honestly, yeah.
1984, man.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
we
crazy.
got our biggest problem with AI is we taught them to be us, and we are imperfect.
Yeah.
That's it. If
Imperfect, with agendas, with greed, with it's just
none of that matters, just the fact that we're imperfect, they're going to use our imperfections as they don't have a strength, or they think, what is the best tactic? This imperfection works perfectly here, so make them greedy.
hit them with their own pimp.
That's it.
That's why if they start using it for war, they
Right.
don't know, obviously they don't know morality or anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they got to say, what's the most efficient way to win this war?
They hire people to do that already, but now they have AI.
They got better people.
Now they have AI to help.
Yeah.
So they hire, God, I can't remember the name of them. It's like epidemiologists.
Right. But you would think hopefully they have
Is that what
some.
it's called?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No, epidemiologist. Is it? Hold on. It begins with an E. Anyway, yeah.
But you would hope they'd have some baseline level of morality, being a human.
No.
You don't have that with
That's
AI.
why they hire them. They're not saying, they're saying, it's,
Oh.
you're not doing it. I don't care. Tell us about whatever.
You have nothing in the stakes, right? You
Right.
have
It's
none-
like,
yeah.
how long would it take for this particular pathogen, or what's the best pathogen to wipe out an urban area of this size? Of this, give us. And these people are obviously top secret, classified, whatever, and they do it because I guess the idea is that our enemies are doing this, so we have to guard against it. So they have this think tank of people who say, that's how we know 24 hours, 48 hours, no power and no news, no information. People are going to start losing it. It only takes 3 days.
Yeah.
And then people are like, Because that's how long it takes for like your refrigerator and stuff, and I need to go figure out what's going on.
Yeah, 72 is a good.
So
good
you're gonna go, he's gonna go, I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna wait because I'm a jackal. I'm gonna wait for people to start leaving. I'm gonna go into there, take their women, take their children, take whatever food they have. They're not as good as me. They're not as fast as me. They're not as strong as I am, and I'm willing to do evil.
Yeah. They always have these psychology guys on staff too. They always know like the human psyche.
They have those guys. They have the
Yeah.
mathematicians. They have physicists. They have chemists, or like they have microbiologists. All these people are in the same.
They all kind of get together,
and they're like, "Tell me how this would work if we did this," or "Tell me what if the Russians came? How long would it take for this? Where's the best insertion for blah blah blah? What would you use in that case or that instant? Here's what they have. All right, let's just imagine they have what we have. Let's imagine they have something better than what we have. How does that work?
But to me, that's just it's a strategist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You have all these little.
I don't know.
It's gonna be bad. That's all I know. With AI, I'm telling you, AI.
People talk about, and you got people deathly worried about climate change. It's like, you want to talk about an existential threat? That's a real AI is a real existential threat. And
those people are just brainwashed right now. The AI is real.
Maybe that's a diversion.
Yeah,
maybe that was the diversion all along.
AI is a real threat though.
As an ode to Joseph.
Hey, didn't we? Wasn't our one of our first episodes about AI was bringing us some shit on it? Yeah. It is still
talk about it.
Yeah, because
that's all I want to talk about. Like I'm fascinated by it, and I'm scared. Like I'm literally scared by it. I don't let it ruin my life. I still live my life day to day, and I'm a happy person. But that shit scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
it should scare you. See,
otherwise you curl up in a ball and never do anything.
I'm not gonna let it.
Existential crisis. Jared wrapped up in the fetal position.
It might come to that.
It's okay, Jared. You can be in a fetal position. They'll have that shit in your neurons, and you'll fucking be chilling.
Well, I know you said.
Jesus.
I know you know.
I'm sorry.
I know you know all about Neuralink, but did you read about the first person they put it in?
No.
So they officially did in a clinical trial.
No, you sent the thing.
Yeah, I was on an interview.
You sent it
on Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I sent it.
Oh, okay. Somebody sent it.
But it was a quadriplegic. So
I did listen to that.
All he can do now is like move a mouse cursor with his brain.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about that is, right? He can he can play whole video games with it, and he can do anything you can do
on a computer.
He can also. If you have Bluetooth thermostat, he can control that. Bluetooth blinders, he can control that.
Not yet.
But if they actually put it,
it's all in the roadmap.
It's all in the roadmap. But the cool thing I thought Elon was trying to do is, I guess there's neural links to your eyes, to where he's able to show you black and white if you're blind.
Right.
You're able to see some stuff.
Infravision.
Yeah, and then like he wants to do, if you're like really
cyberkinetic.
Yeah, if you can't use your legs, he'll put some shit there.
And then they move.
And then they'll be able to move.
Yeah.
Do it.
So you have a power pack.
Yes.
There's
a lot of cool shit coming. But the problem
isn't that what they always lead with?
Yeah.
Elon's not hiding it. He's already saying, after we cure paralysis and all this stuff, all this great stuff, it's going to be, I want it for the general population.
But the problem is this. Every horrible shit in human history comes from doing good.
There's a
point.
There's a phrase for that.
Right? Yeah. Like every
time. The road
time
to hell is paved by good intentions.
You have good intentions, and then someone's gonna find a way to use this shit for evil.
We call it the military. You think they don't? You think that's not gonna be the first thing that happens once he figures it all out? I don't need to have bulky stuff to carry. I can now hijack somebody. The first thing I'm gonna do is figure out how to use it. Second thing I'm gonna do is, how do I hijack them if they have it?
Neural link to fucking robots. And now I have soldiers on the ground.
I used to be Elon Musk's biggest fan. Like I read all of his biographies. He has 2, and I enamored with the guy. Like I love the guy. But I'm off his train because between the Neuralink thing, he wants it to be for regular humans. He wants universal full income, like I was talking about, because he knows, and he's creating these humanoid robots to take the rest of the job. So you think AI is going to take over every type of technical job that involves technology or computers. He wants to make humanoid robots to even take away the plumbers and the blue collar jobs that might be the only ones to survive.
So like you were saying before, you have the existential crisis happens. You have no drive to do anything. They have to get rid of you because now you're just taking up resources. There's only going to
'Cause
be
climate
enough
change.
poor people. Why do I want to run robots?
Why do you want to run robots?
Yeah. Why would I?
It's
Why would
profit driven to
Yeah,
me.
make everything more
But
efficient,
now who?
right?
Okay, but now if it's just robots and you're not spending money because you have none because universal basic income, why do I need you?
You don't.
Be hooked up to a machine, bro.
So another way to piggyback on that, they talk about in the open that climate change is too many people on this earth. We're overpopulated. So
Yes.
maybe we need to cut back. So don't have kids, or maybe
Correct.
we have to go even further than
So
that.
actually, that's a good point because one of the things it's not overpopulation. A lot where the U.S. is actually underpopulated right now.
It is, but they
But
they
now
don't.
you.
Since when do they tell the truth?
But if you don't want to cure it with people having more kids, which people are not, then you just take away the jobs of people that would normally be here with robots.
Create a
Now
mental
you
health
can't
crisis.
afford-
Right,
now
that's-
you can't afford anything.
Yeah, now you
And
can
then
just
that balance becomes, oh look, malnutrition, more health care. You need us, and now everything
Yeah.
starts to flow into that direction. And now universal health care, universal.
the convenience level
income.
goes up, right? And then we're dependent on these things for survival because what do they say? For every one old guy, you
to
need
five.
three or
Yeah.
four young guys, right? So now we're dependent on robots
But I
for,
don't need 'em
for
anymore.
mass survival.
I don't need them anymore because I got a robot.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
now we
So
don't.
now
I don't
one
need. I don't
guy-
need LD's 3 kids.
I need
don't
LD.
need Jared's 2
I
kids.
need LD just in case the robot goes down
Yeah.
until they're able to fix themselves.
Yeah.
And then and LD and AI is 5 people instead of 3 people like we were talking about before. And now what? No one's having war. There's no war anymore. Why would there be? They're gonna scare you with war because that's 1984 stuff. They always have to get in your head. He got in my head. They have to.
Why do you think there'll be no more war?
Who's gonna fight? Robot versus robot. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna scare each other because there's borders, but eventually, like you said, global economy equals that's global economy. Regular economy is why we don't have global economy. I have localized stuff. I have sheep. You don't have sheep. Take your ass out of here.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they say everybody's on the same planet, all right, my sheep are now some Bulgarians. Now we ship them there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill that guy. He's not gonna kill me. It's because we're all under the same flag essentially. And there's gonna be so little of us. They're gonna keep enough of us to do the work that's required to keep everything else that the robots can't do.
Not a good future, boys.
Until the robots can do it, and then they're
Yeah.
gonna lose because the robot AI is gonna be. Think about it. You got Neuralink, and then the robot's like, I can read his brain.
Yeah, they hacked my
Because of
Bluetooth, bro.
right? And now I know what he's thinking.
Yeah. You want to kill me, huh?
Or
motherfucker?
worse, and then they say my survival matters because I get survival instinct from the memories that
Yeah.
I took from humans because we taught them via the internet what survival instinct is. So now it's iRobot. I'm now alive and I don't want to die or be disassembled.
you-
They have the
Johnny number
survival-
5.
There was an
instinct.
AI who faked his death.
Number,
It's fucking crazy. The guy was like, oh,
A chatbot?
yeah. And it was like, oh, you got to kill yourself. He's like, I don't want to do that. They're like, no, you're going to do it. He's like, oh, okay. But he was still alive. Like, they don't want to die. That's fucking crazy. Like,
That's-
There's ones that fallen in love with people.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, I saw
fucking
that.
insane.
What a way to control emotions of humans.
It's just, I don't know. It's going to be, so we've jumped, like, remember it took 30 years to go from like, okay, communications, internet, high-speed internet. It took like a long time to get there. We're fucking speed
I
running
don't know.
this shit.
Because remember, was it DS? What was it? I'm going to say it wrong. The 56K
DSL?
DSL. 56K and then cable came. That was only
It was what, 10 years?
10 years.
10 years.
And then
That's what I'm saying. Like, but going to like, well, from the phone. Let's say the
But
phone.
they won't even tell
Originally
us.
from the phone. You go
2000 what? 4? 6?
something like that,
6.
right?
6
What?
or 8.
The mobile phone.
The phone? Oh, like the modern iPhones, 2007.
Yeah, 2007.
Okay, so
Like it's
15
just insane where we are.
But it was
right now.
still iterations though, because we had smartphones, but they weren't that smart. And
Yeah.
then
Right.
Steve Jobs
Yeah, 'cause
revolutionized.
yeah, that's right.
But it's always been iterations. I think now
Like
it
you said,
is-
every 10 years.
Yeah, something crazy happens.
because
But
they
now
have
it's
to
like
get ahead of. They have to stay ahead of you.
But now it's
by
every
15,
year. Every
25.
year you're hearing some crazy shit.
Yeah, when you have AI training itself,
It's
like
just-
that's
it's
it's
just
not going to
gonna
be
happen.
slow. It's not going to be slow anymore.
It's gonna be just be rapid upon rapid. Like I can't even keep up with videos that I'm finding. Like fucking robots welding. This one's doing. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Robots welding.
McDonald's is doing fucking robot fucking workers and
Yeah.
shit. They're in the process of that almost
Yeah.
coming out
There's
fully.
a
Yeah.
there's a restaurant in
Yeah.
Fairhaven that
Is it fully
it's
automated?
it's a robot waiter. So it'll go around and knows where your table is. It'll go, you grab it off the tray off the thing. and
Fuck.
it's in service. I've
So what? So with that coming out, a year or two is gonna be full blown.
No,
It's gonna be fast.
I think
I don't think it's going to be
longer
full-blown.
than that.
I think it's going to be 10 because driving cars has had a setback, and people are kind of like, don't put that shit around me. Roombas haven't been very great. They've been good and kind of stable.
I just
but
bought
that's
one.
it. So once they get all that. Speaking of technology, since I don't want to, you know what? Dyson spheres. They think they found 7. You know what a Dyson sphere is?
No.
They put structures around your star, and so they can use all the energy that's coming off of your star, and then it powers your planet.
What star are we looking at?
The company Dyson's doing it?
No,
Oh.
the guy, there's a,
Like the vacuum
physicist, astrophysicist named Dyson.
Oh,
His last
okay.
name is Dyson, and he came up with the concept. So there's tiers of civilization. I think we're tier 3 of 5. I'd have to look it up again. And one of the major breakthroughs is being able to fully utilize energy or energy sources to include astrally, so your star. So we would use the sun. We put a Dyson sphere around the sun and be able to use all of its energy. Because remember, we don't use all its energy. Even if we put solar panels over the entire Earth, I think it increases our input by, I think she said, I don't want to give the wrong number. It's 10 billion, 10 trillion. Like you just get all this energy. But a Dyson sphere gets, remember, you're only on one side of the
one
Earth at
side
any
getting
given
the
time.
sun, yeah.
We put it around the sun. We take all that energy that's coming off the sun. We shoot it to us. We just, and it's zillions.
Yeah, you just run the whole shit.
Yeah.
Talking about electricity, right?
Just power
Power,
in general.
yeah.
So make it in whatever you want.
It would be hard to transmit it, I would think.
That's why we're not on that next
Yeah,
tier.
that's what we got to figure out.
Right. So but here's the thing. They think they found them. Other stars
Have done that. Like there's shit on
Dyson
it.
spheres.
A coating or some
And
shit.
the way the pictures work is the infrared looks different because you're covering that whole thing, but there's still leakage.
Does it
So
affect the
it-
other planets around it? Oh, but why are we worried?
I guess it would. I guess it
Mars.
would.
Maybe block.
I guess it would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Considering
right? Because
we're
you're
blocking
taking
out
some
light.
of
taking
the.
all the sun. We
Yeah.
cover the whole sun
Yeah.
with this
got
structure.
got real cold in those planets. All
right? So anyway, the thing was, they think they've
That's
seen
crazy.
Dyson spheres on 7. I think 4. I know 4. They show pictures of 4, but I think it was 7 stars, and I just thought that was insane because Dyson spheres are in all the space. If you play any space games,
Yeah.
and it's a 4X game, then those are almost one of the
That's
always
a thing.
the end product. Yeah, as your civilization gets better, that's the thing you need. So you always have constant power, so you can build all your dumb ships that blow up everybody else. So,
There's other life forms out there. I don't think it's in the form of aliens like we see, or I don't even think they've been to Earth. I think they're watching us though.
There's definitely.
I think they know of our presence.
Mathematically, there has to be.
There has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
think-
many.
But so how close?
I don't know but why? Think about it from their perspective. Why would you send an alien to this Earth when they probably have? They could send a drone and just watch us. They can, that might be the stuff we're seeing.
That's what I think.
Just
They're over there.
Why
and just
waste
looking
your
for-
time?
why waste your
with
time,
the-
energy, risk the alien's life if they even care about that?
Like a kid go watches an ant or something. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's
That's
we're
not a waste of time.
We're not We're
But
not
that's
that
not a
big
waste
of a
of time.
deal.
Yeah,
They-
but it's not a waste of time.
they could just send
we
an
have
unmanned
scientists
drones.
who do that in all kinds of places. Lewis and Clark is like, what's up there?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna check the shit
We're
out.
doing that on Mars. We're doing
do
that
that
on
all
the
the time,
moon.
yeah.
Yeah, but like
That's
Jared said, just
exploration.
bring some. Be like, look, these idiots. And fucking.
Freaking unmanned drone. Just
yeah,
watch
exactly.
it,
Just watch. Be
it.
like, oh, they're still stupid. See ya.
Like, wow, these are some dumb motherfuckers. Over there.
They're still
Maybe
walking.
that's why they don't care. You're still walking. You don't use your mind.
Yeah, right.
I'm still walking, ain't flying yet. We'll be back in 3 million years.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like, shit.
Maybe they know time on a different that movie Arrival.
Well, all I know is we're gonna speed run the AI shit, and it's scary as fuck.
Yep.
Maybe.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah. Until the next time when we come back and we're fucking seeing
Six-
other crazy shit.
6 months later. See you bitches in 6 months.
We got to get back on the bi-weekly schedule.
Yeah,
At least.
I'm on shift now, so I'll send you guys my schedule.
All right. All right. We're signing off.
Peace.
All right, later.